Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of WLPC, or for some of us, day 6. It's been an amazing week, hasn't it? That's all right. Go ahead. Let it out. Yeah, it's been, I know we're tired. Clapping is an interesting phenomenon. Wouldn't you like to know who the first person ever was who clapped at something? I've often wondered about that, because that first person that ever clapped, everyone must have looked at them very oddly, wondering what in the world they were doing throwing their hands together. But now it's a normal, trained part of our social gatherings, so we're thankful for it. Now, I'm going to take just a short time. I'm not going to take the full time that Keith gave me, so we'll leave plenty of extra time for the technical talks that are coming up. I want to let you know about updates coming with our certifications. I want to let you know about some offerings that we're going to be making in the coming year, and I want to let you know about some partnerships that we're building. So first of all, for our certification update, some of you probably noticed that CWAP was coming out at the end of last year, and then you may have noticed that the new update to CWAP didn't come out at the end of last year. And the reason for that was we polled many in the CWNE community and said, okay, the 802.11 2024 maintenance group is done. It's been ratified, but they still haven't given us the document. 802.11be has been ratified, but they still haven't given us the document. So should we just pause and wait and have that last opportunity to get any technical edits or even otherwise edits incorporated into our material? And the consensus was universal. Sure, put a hold on it for now. Now, we're not going to keep putting a hold on it forever. There's been somewhat of a delay in getting those documents out. So we will move forward in the next 30 days based on the ratified drafts if we do not get the final documents. So it's coming out very soon. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this year we have 2 new certification updates, and that's going to be for CWSP. So we're getting a whole new revamped version of the courseware, heavy edits on the study guide and all of those materials. That will be coming out in the 4th quarter. And then CWISA is getting the biggest update since it was created, and that will be coming out in the 3rd quarter. Now, what's going to be covered in those? I don't know. We haven't done the JTAs yet. And the JTAs are what drive that. And so the experts will get together and they'll tell me what we're going to be covering in there, because Tom Carpenter doesn't decide what's covered in the certifications. Panels of experts come together and help us determine what we need to cover. So those are the updates in the flagship certification lines. In addition to that, we'll be releasing, you might have noticed, how many of you noticed we released a Python certification a couple months ago? Yeah, so we have the Certified Python Network Administrator and Engineer, and it's a Python course focused on networking functionality and networking administration and troubleshooting and analysis and that kind of thing. It is not an advanced Python course. It is a course to help you get started utilizing Python in those processes. In that line, we're going to be releasing at least 2 more this year. One will be Networking Essentials, because we're going to replace CompTIA's Network Plus, and they don't know that, but that's what we're going to do. And a Security Essentials, replacing Security Plus. Now, we'll have some, further down the line, we'll have some master levels. So we're going to have a mastering TCP/IP and analysis and mastering network troubleshooting. Now, the drive behind these low-stakes certifications is twofold. One, you, the community, have come to us over years now saying we need a good alternative to these things because they are losing some of their focus, maybe not giving our entry-level techs what they need and things like that, and we want to serve that need. The other is that you may not be aware, but we have alignment with higher education as well. There are many colleges and universities that use our certifications to build their semester-long courses, and so people can go through the courses and not only get their credits, but they also get our certification in the process of getting their education. And they have been asking us to replace those solutions that are already out there because they're dissatisfied with them. And so that's the drive behind those. So watch for those as they continue to be released. In the coming 2 years, we'll get the whole line completed. So that's what's coming out as far as our products go. Now, one of the things we're going to do, people every year at WLPC say, are you going to do what used to be called Wi-Fi Trek in the beginning, but as you know, the last version of it was called WTF. Phenomenal name. And the Wireless Technology Forum, is it coming back? No, not as we did it. So I want to be very clear that this right here is the best conference we have in the wireless community. CWNP supports it fully, and we don't want to even attempt to compete with it in any way. What we are going to be doing is, this year in the third quarter at least, but maybe in the second quarter. Just depends on if we can ramp it up quickly enough. We're going to be doing what we call Wireless Summit each quarter. It's virtual, and it'll be a one-day online summit focused on a specific topic. The presenters will be submitting papers before their presentations, and they'll be presenting on those papers. And the papers will be published in what we're going to be publishing called the Practical Wireless Journal. And so as opposed to other academic journals that are theoretical and simulation-based in everything that they discuss, ours will be practical and real world. So when you read a paper in the journal, it will be something you can go back and apply on the job and not just say, hey, I know some cool new theory. So that's something that we'll be doing later on this year. So watch for the announcements either in the coming 2 months about a second quarter summit or in the coming 4 or 5 months about a third quarter summit, whenever we're able to ramp that up. Now, the final thing I want to talk about briefly is partnerships. So CWNP is partnering with several different other individuals, sponsoring them, helping and promoting them and things like that, just like we promote WLPC every year. And one of those, how many of you have had the chance so far to go to a WICO event? Okay, just a few of you. How many of you have never heard of WICO before? All right, well, now you have. And Ali, are you in the room? Is he in here anywhere? I don't see him. Peter's in the room, all right, right over here. So if you're across the ocean, then Peter would probably be someone that could tell you a lot about it. If you're on this side of the ocean, then Ali can tell you about it. But WICO is very different than WLPC because there are just a smaller number of people in the room. It's a very intimate gathering, and you're getting up-to-the-moment talks about different things, and it's not always technical. My presentation in Chapel Hill was not technical. It's sometimes about other skills that we need in this environment. And so we partner with them, sponsoring as many events as we can, and attending when we can. And I encourage you to look that up, find out about WI-CO, WICO, and find the one that's coming close to you and participate in that. They're great little events to help build the community throughout the year, and you get to see some of the people you see here in that smaller, intimate environment. So those are exciting. The second thing, are JJ and Jay in here? Do you know who you are? Here's the one, two of the J's. Where's the other J? All right, there's the other J. So they launched something this last year, and they're going to keep doing it because I'm telling you they are. They did a security focused boot camp, a really heavy focus on security related to wireless, and they did one last year, and I'm encouraged to know that they're going to keep doing that. So watch for any announcements they make. We try to share it as well when they do one, and take advantage of that if it's in your area, or even if it's not, you might be able to get to it. So those are excellent events to attend. And the final thing about our partnerships is we have put a heavy focus in the last 6 months and continuing on rebuilding vendor relationships. And by that, I don't mean that we're not going to be vendor neutral. I simply mean opening the channels of communication so that the vendors are definitely and fully aware of what we're offering to their staff, to their VARs, to everybody else. And we're actually building a portal to integrate vendors with learning partners and with CWNTs and with you as the consumer. And so we're working through that process now, and that will be something that's available in the coming months where, for example, you will be able to receive offers from vendors automatically that they want to give you something for some period of time so you can learn it because you're the experts in the industry, and they know if they can expose you to their technology or their software, then there's a great likelihood that you'll end up selecting it for use. So we're building that out, and you'll see that coming out in the coming months as well. And that's all I have for this morning. Thank you, Keith, for giving me the time, and enjoy your day, everybody.